just a show that I'm greater. I mean, steak and potatoes on the way to Decatur. Maybe there's just a little made up.
Welcome to 3 Count Commentaries. Let's talk about Impact Wrestling from September the 16th, 2021. So, Violent by Design lost to Decay. Violent by Design being Rhino and Diener. And they lost to Decay, who was Black Truth and Crazy Steve. Crazy with two Z's. Steve. They lost because Diener hit Rhino with the flag by mistake. This put Rhino down while he was sort of flustered that he had hit Rhino with this flag. He got DDT'd, a tornado DDT by Crazy Steve and pinned. Eric Young blamed Rhino for the loss. Rhino bowed up on him, and Diener and Joe Doring jumped him, and they beat up Rhino, broke the flag over his back and neck, and then covered him in it. Okay. I liked Rhino and Violent by Design. I think this was premature. I think Violent by Design should have been given a wider berth to grow and to do more. But it seems to me that Heath might be on his way back, because Heath has been gone for a long time. I think he broke his leg. So he's been gone a long time. It's probably time for him to come back. And I'm not sure if I like Rhino to revert back to the I Got Kids version of Rhino. Like, I don't know about that. But, you know, he needs a partner to fight Decay. And or not Decay, but Violent by Design. So I'm guessing that's what they're going to do. All right. So Swingers Palace took place because a Swingerella got kidnapped by Su Yung, Brandy Lauren, and Kimberly. And Swinger was wondering where Swingerella number 3 went. He doesn't know who runs Impact, so he keeps asking questions like, who's running this place? He was told Scott D'Amore was running the place, but he says that, you know, he still thinks the Smashing Pumpkins guy runs the place. So TJP won some cash. Apparently he bet against Petey Williams in the match the previous week, and when he brought out the conga line to distract him, Petey didn't like that, said he was going to whip his ass. Then they had the match where Petey Williams won with a counter roll-up. They went in there and had a scientific wrestling match with submission holds and grappling. And Petey Williams wins, which, you know, there's this X Division. Before we get into the next thing, the X Division is a mess. What makes it a mess? Because it's 50-50 booking all the way through. These guys are just beating each other in matches that seem not to matter. Like, there just seems to be nobody going anywhere in this thing. It seemed like a gigantic morass of just like Ace Austin and Rohit Raju and TJP and Petey Williams, and these guys just constantly beating each other and losing to each other, beating each other, losing to each other. And it just seems like it's a cycle. Like, none of these matches matter. Macklin, who actually is winning matches seemingly for no reason because he's never really going anywhere either, he attacked both of them after the match. He's already been feuding with Petey Williams, so that made sense. But since TJP decided to get his nose in his business, he beat him up too. So, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm waiting for them to do something with Macklin. I'm waiting for him to grow and do something else. The Good Brothers bragged about, you know, cheating in the bunkhouse brawl. You know, Anderson said, well, this is my friend. This is my partner. Of course he helped me. It's not my fault. Rich Swann has a partner who's laid up in the hospital, which of course it is their fault because they want to put him in the hospital. Then Willie Mack shows up and he's on crutches. They laugh at Willie Mack being on crutches. Willie Mack throws one of the crutches and Rich Swann catches it. And then the baby faces waylay the heels with crutches. Yeah, that happened. The Good Brothers, of course, run off. Scott D'Amore would make a tag team championship match at the pay-per-view for Rich Swann and Willie Mack versus the Good Brothers. I think you put Willie Mack and Rich Swann over there. You know, the Good Brothers spend more time on Dynamite than Impact these days. So, I mean, really, if you give Rich Swann and Willie Mack the titles, are you really hurting the Good Brothers? No, not really hurting them at all, to be quite honest. They're going to get booked either way. John Skyler defeated the Laredo Kid in a match that made me want to throw up. Laredo Kid losing to John Skyler. I wonder what Conan thinks about that. Tennille Dashwood, Caleb with a K, and Madison Rain had their silly talk show in which Taylor Wilde was the host, and she actually participated this time. She brought Rachel Ellering and Jordan Grace with her, and since she was the host of this Tennille Dashwood show in which you asked Tennille Dashwood questions, she asked Tennille Dashwood, did she want to have a match with her, to which Tennille didn't really want to. She was kind of avoiding the subject, and ended up being made anyway. So she's going to wrestle Tennille Dashwood at the pay-per-view. Matt Cardona, they showed a clip of Matt Cardona jumping Rohit and Shira right outside of the parking lot earlier in the night. Demore was very stressed out because Chelsea Green was beat up, and she's still not medically cleared to continue, even though she's wrestling on NWA and she's been hanging out in Ring of Honor. She looks medically cleared to me, but kayfabe, dog. Forbidden Door, dog. You know, I'm not supposed to know that. I'm not supposed to know she's wrestling in other places. I'm not supposed to know she's doing Laurel Van Ness somewhere else right now. I'm not supposed to know that. So I'm a Men in Black myself, and I don't know where Chelsea Green is. Oh, Chelsea Green is hurt. She's really, really hurt. And Matt Cardona is very angry because these dudes beat up his wife, even though she put herself in the match. Then Matt Cardona is granted a no disqualification match against Rohit Raju at Victory Road. Okay. Matthew Raywalt to make his TV debut, and he loses to Trey Miguel by submission. I don't know what they call that Trey Miguel submission hold. I keep forgetting. I know they say what it is, but I keep forgetting. I want more for Trey. I need him doing something. I need him moving up the card. I need him doing something important. After the match, Deonna Purrazzo attacked Trey Miguel, hit him in the balls, and stomped him. Mickie James had to come out there to save him, which, you know, it is what it is, because she's feuding with Deonna Purrazzo. There was a pretty decent spot where Mickie took her shoes off and jumped off the top rope into the crowd of people and tried to fight Deonna, and they were being separated. So that was pretty cool. Mickie is showing that she still got fire. Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans have the tag team titles. Tasha says that she didn't steal the tag team belts, that Decay stole the tag team belts from her, and she was the rightful tag team champion anyway, but if they want the belts, they have to come and take them from them at Victory Road. Chris Bay cut a promo with Hikuleo. They will be in a tag team match against Finjuice. I am not thrilled about that. I don't know what's up with this whole Chris Bay and the Bullet Club thing. For some reason, it just feels like another one of those stuck in mud situations. Like Chris Bay is not going anywhere fast, despite the fact that he is seemingly getting a push as a member of the Bullet Club. But you have to understand, the Bullet Club is something that's been, as far as I'm concerned, dead for like 7 or 8 years now. When AJ Styles left, I really stopped caring about the Bullet Club, and really I didn't give a shit about the Bullet Club that much before then, you know. But it seems like, you know, for people who say, well, we need to move on from things like, I don't know, Brock Lesnar, or we need to move on from, I don't know, Roman Reigns or John Cena, they're still holding on to the Bullet Club. It's like, I see Adam Cole doing interviews, and I can say that here because I'm talking about the Bullet Club, where he's talking about, oh, it's going to be a Bullet Club versus the Elite feud. And I'm like, who the fuck still cares? Who really still cares about the Bullet Club and the Elite and that whole thing? Like, this fan base and their obsession with these guys, these same guys, weird. Okay, real weird. But hey, it is what it is. I hope Chris Bay can actually break out of this and come out of it a star. You know, maybe being somebody that Impact can trust with the title. You know, like, I would like to see a guy like Chris Bay or a guy like Trey Miguel be in a high level feud, maybe even against one another, that elevates both of them somewhere near something interesting, and not in just rando matches with rando people. You know, like, there's no future in you wrestling Finjuice. They're not sticking around. You know, there's no future in Trey Miguel wrestling Matthew Raywalt. You know, what is Matthew Raywalt doing? Not doing anything. He's not going anywhere. He's not going to be a world champion anytime soon. Why are you working on a program with him? All right, the main event: Ace Austin, Madman Fulton, W. Morrissey, Moose, and Brian Myers versus Christian Cage, Josh Alexander, Sami Callihan, Eddie Edwards, and Chris Sabin. There was a huge spot in this match where Eddie Edwards suplexed Ace Austin outside the ring, from the top rope, by the way, into the crowd of guys. And I was just like, wow. Christian hit a spear on Brian Myers, followed by the C4, which is double underhook power driver on Josh Alexander. The main event was solid. Earlier they had promos, but it was all about, we all need to work together and work for the greater good, which actually Sami Callihan is the one who kept saying, we need to work for the greater good. And I was kind of like, that seems very out of character for you. But since I'm not entirely sure what Sami Callihan's motives and agenda is anymore, I don't think it matters. In any event, that's Impact. It was a solid show. It's basically just a building up victory road. I will be watching that because I want to see Mickie James and Deonna Purrazzo, and I also want to see Christian and Ace Austin. I'm very interested in seeing Ace Austin compete at a main event because I've been pushing that for like a year now. So finally, I'm going to get it. So I feel like I'm contractually obligated to support it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel, and donate to the channel. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace.
Old non-aggression. Once that lesson sets in, you'll see a session. But you got an affection for no progression, regression. The best.